Hey guys, it's Irene with Conquer Beauty Clinic, and today's video is going to be about 3 mistakes that you might be making as a non-invasive body sculpting technician. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Irene. I own a little facility called Conquer Beauty Clinic in Oklahoma, California. It is myself, the owner, the full-time body sculpting technician, and I have 2 other part-time body sculpting technicians. One has been with me for quite a few years. The second one I just brought on April 1st. On top of that, we have 3 nail technicians, a microblade artist, an eyelash extension artist, a braid artist, and a couple more things. I've been a full-time non-invasive body sculptor for 5 years now and an educator for 3 out of the 5 years. And there has been a couple questions, and a couple people, other body sculptors who follow me on Instagram, have reached out to say that they're just not getting consistent results. They don't know what they're doing wrong. So I've decided to make a video of 3 top mistakes or 3 things that you may be doing wrong as a non-invasive body sculpting technician. Feel free to follow us on Instagram at Conquer Beauty Clinic. Now, the first thing that you may be doing wrong as a non-invasive body sculpting technician is not adjusting your sessions and your timing based on that body's needs. For example, if you have a client that's very, very thin, she just has a little bit of loose skin, and your regular standard snatch session, tummy session is, for example, 20 minutes fat cavitation, 20 minutes radio frequency, and 10 minutes wood therapy. And you have a client that comes in and she doesn't have a lot of subcutaneous fat, just an abundance of loose skin. You should be seeing that and adjusting your session accordingly. You shouldn't be doing 20 minutes fat cavitation on somebody who doesn't have a lot of subcutaneous fat. So if that were my case, which has been time and time again, I would see that client who is very, very thin, just has an abundance of loose skin, and I would adjust accordingly. I would do maybe 5 to 10 minutes of fat cavitation and up my radio frequency time. Now, as long as you are not using the radio frequency for longer than 40 minutes, you are okay. Radio frequency is an amazing thing, but if you overutilize it, it can potentially burn the skin cell, causing it to become very lax, very flaccid, which is the exact opposite of what we're trying to achieve. So always adjust your sessions based on that specific client. Also, vice versa. If you do 3 sessions on somebody and you notice that her stretch marks are improving greatly, but her subcutaneous fat isn't really budging, in that case, I would flip it and say your sessions are 20 minutes fat cavitation. I would do maybe 30 minutes fat cavitation, and then lower your radio frequency time if that body is processing the radio frequency faster than the fat cavitation. So always adjust your standard menu to the specific body that you have in front of you. Everybody's body is completely different and will need different treatment. Now, the second thing you may be doing wrong as a non-invasive body sculptor is not taking an efficient training. Now, I'm not just saying that because I am a trainer. I'm not saying buy mine. Mine is the best. I'm not claiming to be the best educator in the whole entire world. But I do know a lot of girls who still haven't gotten a certification of completion, who haven't taken a proper training. They're kind of just trying to learn from these videos and learn on YouTube. I never recommend doing so because there are things that I know myself as an educator, as well as other educators, they do go over in the classes that they do not go over on their YouTube videos. Now, as much as I am a very transparent YouTuber for non-invasive body sculpting, of course, it's not fair to give 110% all the information for free than it is for the girls who pay for the classes. So even if it's not my class, even if it's somebody else, take a proper education course. So that might be the second thing that you're doing wrong, is not taking a proper education course. Now, the third thing you might be doing wrong is not staying consistent in your sessions. So a big thing I'm seeing are these body sculpting Facebook pages. They are getting very popular. There's hundreds of them at this point. I do say that those body sculpting Facebook pages can be a little bit detrimental to your business, in the sense, I've joined a couple myself. Some of the girls on those pages are very empowering, but some are not. Some are very my way is the right way. And if you have a dozen girls on one page saying my way is the right way, and they're all different ways, it's going to get confusing. You're going to try one technique for one session, one technique on another session. You're not staying consistent within your session, within your timing, within your technique, to be able to let the body process things properly to get the results, to get the optimal results. So stay consistent within your technique and within your sessions in order to see optimal results. So sometimes listening to too many people at once, trying to do too many things, I've actually completely unsigned up, unenrolled, unfollowed every single body sculpting page out there. A lot of them are just full of toxicity, full of people, you know, there's always a couple girls who swear that they're the leaders of the group and that their way is the best way. And again, when you've got about a dozen girls saying that, especially when you're very new in the body sculpting field, it's a little bit confusing. It's overwhelming. So I'm not saying don't network to other girls. There's other ways of doing so. I just find that the Facebook groups tend to be a little bit more of a toxic education atmosphere than it does more harm than good, especially when you're first getting started. So again, just to recap, 3 things you might be doing wrong as a non-invasive body sculpting technician. The first one is not adjusting your sessions for that specific client. The second one is being consistent with your sessions, with your technique. Technically, that was the third. And then the second one, and then the third is taking a training. So again, if you are interested in taking my training, yes, I do offer them, but I recommend that you take any training. It doesn't have to be mine. Just do your research, do your due diligence to make sure it is an educator who matches your vibe, who explains things in the way that you like, who you feel in your gut is a good mentor for you. Again, girls, even if that's not me, I will not say that enough. So those are definitely 3 things that you may be doing wrong. And other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing day. Feel free to follow us on Instagram and have a good one.